Hey guys, Mustang here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at the STR Fat Buu EZA. This guy, one of the 5 Buu Saga EZAs that we got today alongside the release of the LR Ultimate Gohan banner. So this guy was always kind of fun as like an older World Tournament unit before we really shifted into like the full LR teams meta, because he is an AoE character, right? He does supreme damage to all enemies, but he also greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn. So he is getting the 30% buff. He also has a medium chance to stun all enemies as well. And then he is a nuking style unit. So he changes int orbs to STR. He gets attack and defense 150%. Then he gets an additional attack and defense 50% per STR key sphere obtained. He launches an additional super if he gets 5 or more orbs. And then when you have another Buu Saga ally attacking in the same turn, he has 30% damage reduction, and then gets an additional 3% damage reduction per STR key sphere obtained from the 4th orb when you get 3 or more orbs. So, unfortunately, we did get a pretty dodgy starting rotation because we have both the int Buu leads. So, all 3 units on this team are called Majin Buu brackets good. But we are getting 7 orbs here, which means we are getting, if we count from the 4th orb, we're getting 3 extra STR orbs, which means we're getting an extra 9% damage reduction. So he's going to have 39% damage reduction on this turn, and he gets 50% extra attack and defense per STR orb obtained. So with no links active at all, he's at 136k start of turn. And then if we pick up the orbs, then we go to 327. So 327 with 39% damage reduction. Pretty decent for tanking most normals. Obviously, ideally, he's not going to be a slot 1 unit. I was going to say, if he takes a super here, we probably do take some damage. Yeah, 154k. Not ideal. We did get defense and attack lowered as well. So 4.6 on his attack. So this is an AoE. So obviously for this event, it's quite useful. It's going to hit both of these guys, and he does have the potential to stun as well. We get the additional super because we picked up enough orbs, so nice that we have extra damage, plus it's also another 30% defense raise. So after supering, because remember we pick up the orbs and that gives us our defense, so he's at 300 odd k. That means every super should be giving him 100k ish defense. So he is over 500k with 39% damage reduction, which, I mean, that puts him in the realm of basically being able to tank all normals, like on global currently. Because even like post super attack physical fusion Zamasu, he has type advantage over him. So he maybe not will be tanking them all for double digit damage, but he's not going to be getting blown out of the water by sort of any normal attacks on global, which is good. Of course, once we get to the anniversary content, you know, Gogeta with his 1.8 million normals, but he can be attack lowered, so that is kind of he is a unique case. But yeah, this guy seems interesting. The Buu team, for me, definitely needed 1 or 2 extra additions. Now, it'll be fun to see what this guy's doing as well, and the whole Buu team in general, because Global basically accidentally, I guess, leaked that we are going to be getting the physical Kid Buu Super EZA. So that is going to make a huge addition to this team, because like any of the units on the team, really, they're just all going to benefit massively from this. But like even units like this guy being an AoE and a nuking style unit, you can potentially get some crazy turns where you're picking up 10 plus STR orbs, and then Kid Buu in slot 3 is giving who knows how much of support, right? Because pre-EZA, Kid Buu gives all allies 50% attack and defense. So even if they don't increase that, 50% is still a significant buff. And who knows, with his Super EZA, maybe it goes up to 60. We do have the mono type supports that give 60% support, but they are to a specific typing and everything. So I don't know if they would just give Kid Buu flat 60% as it is all allies. Be cool if like he keeps the 50% to all allies and then they throw in like 10% attack and defense for Majin Power allies or something, right? So that then they would get 60%. Because that would make this team crazy. Like even this AGL Super Buu, you know, we talked about him a lot recently, did a video talking about how he's had a massive glow up with this Buu team and the fact that we're getting new stages where his guard is always going to be active. But imagine him getting hit in slot 1 and then doing the AoE on a turn where like Kid Buu is in slot 3. Like the amount of damage that he's going to be doing is ridiculous. So I think what we'll do here, since we're only getting hit by a physical enemy, we will go ahead and put you in slot 1. So now we have some links active. We've got 170k here. We can get 6 orbs. So in terms of the extra damage reduction, we're getting the 3% again, because we got 7 orbs last time, but 1 was a rainbow. So we're getting 3 of them that give 3%, so 9%. So 6 rainbow orbs, and that puts us at 375k. You can be stunned as well, so that would be a really great outcome here. So we can do this, and then we can do this. So, and we got enough orbs to get the guaranteed additional super as well. So let's see, 5.8. I mean, this is the thing. It's always going to be the case with a nuking style unit, that if we are not getting a lot of orbs, we're not going to be doing crazy numbers. But still, very good, especially because it's an AoE. We didn't get the stun. I do worry about him eating a super. Yeah, 43k from Pui Pui means that a super from Yakon probably would have been death. But AGL Super Boo, we didn't get hit first, so he's obviously not rocking one of those big crazy attack stats, but still decent damage here. Didn't quite take out Yakon, but Fat Boo, the friend one, I think is Rainbow, so the friend Fat Boo should hopefully finish off Pui Pui here. I don't know whether he actually needs to crit or not, but should finish him off here. Well, he got a crit anyway, so good stuff. Unfortunately, that's the only downside of mine being 55%, as I've mentioned in a fair few of these videos now. When we keep going up against these physical enemy phases, and my 55% Boo has no crit, so isn't doing damage against these tougher bosses. But, you know, I made it out of the Gohan banner with a decent amount of stones left over, so I'm not going to worry too much about trying to get extra copies of him for now. They'll be back for the worldwide celebration banners, so we'll just do this. I really do like running Gohan on this team as well, although I think Gohan probably will be the unit that gets dropped off for physical Super EZA Kid Buu. But Gohan really does fit on this team very well, right? Int Buu's one of the few units that gives him a 200% leader skill, so he does work quite nicely on this team. But alright, so now we've got these guys. What's the orb change looking like here? Unfortunately, because it is... Oh, they change orbs as well. And then, yeah. Oof. That's really unfortunate. So, I guess we'll do this. Yeah, so you're only going to get 3 orbs. Well, this will be a good example of what Buu is going to look like on one of his worst turns. Because remember, the thing is, he changes a specific type of orb. So, ideally, on the next rotation, we want to try and save in orbs. But these guys change orbs as well, which is super annoying. So, I guess we just get these. Only 3 orbs. That puts us at 273k pre-super. We have got the wall standing tool active now as well, though. But that is an attack link. So yeah, I guess we just go ahead and do this and see how we fare on this turn. I mean, oh, he's probably going to get stunned now, isn't he? I was going to say, Super Buu is going to be able to do a pretty decent bit of damage here. But yeah, not if he gets stunned. But at least Dabura has supered. He hits a lot harder with his super than Barbody does, so I think that works out okay for us here. And then 4.8. I mean, his attack stats are definitely not anything super impressive that we've seen so far. But the most we've managed to pick up in terms of STR orbs was, what, 6? So we haven't exactly gotten a crazy breakout turn for Fat Buu. Because what I'm going to try and do for this next turn is save any int orbs that we can. But obviously then it depends on what orb changing they do at the start of the turn, whether we're actually able to get a decent amount of STR orbs. I probably should have bought an orb changing item just for the funny turn, but like, obviously when I do these showcases, I do kind of want them to be realistic showcase setting. You know, I don't want to bring completely unusable teams just to juice up the main unit. So one of the other things I also don't really do for these is I don't bring items, because most of the time I'm not doing the events with items. No, we have a lot of int orbs here. So if we grab... I guess we should really grab one so that you get a super. Although we're not going to get a super with the other Buu either. We should at least try and get you a super attack. And then if we do this, that means we've got a lot of int orbs here. A couple of STR orbs already. But again, it does largely depend on what the orb change is going to be. I should have double checked actually, because isn't it Dabura gets stronger the more, as long as Barbody is around. But I think, is it Barbary that actually does the orb changing? Because if we get rid of him here, then we won't have to worry about the orb changing on the next turn. I'm actually not 100% sure. I'm assuming it is him that has the orb change effect, because Dabura has that get stronger when Barbary is around ability, right? So I'm assuming it is Barbary that actually has the orb change. So Gohan, is he going to finish him off here? He is indeed. We're going to get a bunch of supers, and then this should take him out even if we don't crit. Yep. Okay. Right, so let's see, what are we getting on the next turn in terms of orbs? I mean, we've got a bunch of int orbs and a couple of STR orbs there, but I'm not sure if the positioning of them all is great enough for it to be like one big cluster. It's not really. But yeah, the friend BUU managed to get supers off, so this shouldn't really do any damage. Yeah, 20k, we'll take that. I mean, that's the thing, remember, with the BUU team as well. We have so much healing on this team that taking some damage every turn isn't really a big deal, because we heal most of it back anyway. And then, of course, Gohan getting all of his stacks off and everything is going to end up getting a particularly high level of defense, and that gives us good orb change, good healing if we're picking up tech orbs. So, yeah, we get the wall standing tall if we're linked up with you. And so we could get 7 that way, or that's 10. That's 9 STR orbs. So start of turn, we're at about 170 consistently. With 9 STR orbs, we go to 478. So 478k with 39% damage reduction is pretty good. I think somebody told me, I think it was in the stream earlier, that Dabura's super attack does 1.3 mil. So if we put in 1.3 mil, minus 39%, that gives us 793. So it means even if we get slot 1 supered here, we would take, what, like 500k? Which isn't great, but again, this guy's not really a slot 1 unit. I just wanted to get his attacks off, because I feel like if we put Super BUU in slot 1, he's just going to kill him, isn't he? So... Alright, perfect. We didn't get supered and stunned. That would have been super annoying. So 8.5. So you definitely jump up with those extra orbs. And then, of course, we are going to get the guaranteed extra super as well. We go up to 9.1. So, I mean, on this turn, now that we've gotten 2 supers off and gotten 2 30% defense raises, and then, of course, remember, I guess that's the first time we've seen it with the normal. You could get the hidden potential additional as well and do a 3rd super attack. So for this event in particular, where there are multiple enemies, for things like Super Battle Road, or if you still wanted to use them for the World Tournament, you know, he's going to have the potential to do a lot of damage by getting these multiple supers off that are hitting all enemies. But because he's raising defense on each of them as well, you know, getting those multiple supers in one turn is going to leave him with a pretty decent amount of defense overall. So that's pretty good. Alright, so you're up to 755 now. I guess we could do... Again, I want to try and save the int orbs here. You can grab those, because those work for you anyway. And then grab those for you. So yeah, this looks pretty good here for leaving some int orbs ready for the next turn. Gohan should be able to eat this pretty decently. It's pretty super, but he's got a decent amount of defense and guard. So still 224 though. I guess to be fair, we've got Revival, which is a decent extra link, but of course next to one of his better link partners, where we're getting All in the Family or Cold Judgment, we'll be getting closer to actually being almost at 1 million defense by this point. But look at this, up to 12.3. Man, this Tech Gohan EZA, dude, he's just so good. Yeah, triple super and then a normal, and even the normal additional with a crit, still doing some pretty solid damage. What an absolute beast of a unit. And then, yeah, friend BUU up to 7.2. And this is without either of the BUUs reviving as well, remember. So BUU doesn't have his, you know, extra buff or anything. And is still looking pretty good. Yeah, this celebration has definitely been some pretty good units, very good buffs. The BUU Saga team, obviously, very, very good now. And of course can be split into various different builds, right? You can have the full super type build, the full Margin type build. Of course 21, who returned on the banner for global for BUU, The Margin Power team obviously looking very, very good now. Kid Buu will, of course, be another crazy buff for that team. I mean, Kid Buu buffs every single team you can put him on, right? In fact, I'm pretty sure, is he not on Fusion Zamasu's lead? I mean, he's on his leader skill in general because he's on the, he'll be on the 70%, 170%. But, man, look at that. Terrible, terrible orb change. Now, the big problem with this Buu is that his passive is per STR key sphere obtained. So, unlike a lot of other nuking style units, like, you just can't get extra... I guess we could roll the dice and try changing the orb field, I guess. But because if we do this, it's going to take away all your attacks. Yeah, the animation's wrong. Turn the whole orb field into candy, and then we just get to reset it. But, I mean, if we're not going to get any of our orb changing passives. So this is the one time, or the one situation, which could occur in different events, where you really are going to get screwed over, is any enemies that change orbs. Because you do specifically need STR orbs, right? There's a lot of nuking style units that can use any orbs. There are some that can use any orbs, but will get extra with a specific typing. And then, yeah, then there's this guy who can only get STR orbs. So with one STR orb, we're looking at 200k defense start of turn, which is obviously just not good enough, right? For any of the bosses in the current meta, really. So, I'm not going to hit the nodes here, but we probably won't get to see an extra turn with Fat Buu anyway. So let me know what you guys think of STR Fat Buu and his EZA down below in the comment section. He certainly isn't the craziest unit. I felt like when I read his kit that he could be really good and could be fun, but the problem is it's going to rely heavily on the orb changing. So, in an event where the enemy isn't messing with the orb field, it is going to be a little bit easier because, as we say, you can kind of set up the previous turn by changing, by leaving as many int orbs on the field as possible. But of course, in an event like this where the enemy changes the orbs, this guy could get caught out, right? Because it has to be STR orbs for him to get his buff. So there are definitely going to be turns where he really is not going to look as good as he could, right? So I guess we can finish this off here nice and quick with the Gohan transformation. Like I say, there's no way we're going to get to another turn with Fat Buu, because we've got a nice little cluster of int orbs there, but with the damage that these guys are going to do, that's going to be all she wrote. So let me know what you guys think down below of STR Fat Buu. He seems like a solid, like sub EZA. Like if you've got the new Buu and you want to make a Buu team, and you can't, you know, you put your first 5 units in there, but then you're not sure who could be the final unit on the team. I feel like he's decent enough that you could put him in. And of course, on the Buu team, if you're not running Gohan as well, you're going to want to build up Int Buu and have him in slot 1. So then the fact that this STR Buu shares the same name isn't going to be the biggest issue in the world, because he's going to be in slot 3 and the Int Boos are going to be in slot 1. So that can work out okay. He doesn't stack or anything, so it's not like he's missing out by not being on rotation. The problem, of course, again, will depend on the orb change, because if you do actually get a really good orb change, but he's in slot 3, then there's the risk that you can't avoid picking up all the STR orbs, and then you have to start thinking about breaking up your rotations and stuff like that. But let me know what you guys think. He's interesting. He's certainly not terrible, but I don't think he's super good. And when the anniversary content comes, especially for global, I could definitely see him being a huge liability against some of the harder bosses. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.